Hello, my name's Kate Innes. I'm a writer based in Shropshire, and this is the latest video in the community group Folks Kindful Cafes project, sharing the folklore of Shropshire. So we hope you enjoy it and that you'll join in with us by posting on our Facebook page. This video is going to be about an iconic animal of folklore, and I'm also going to be giving you a chance to do a bit of creative writing, turning yourself into your spirit animal and seeing what happens next. Now, folklore is full of transformations like this, so it's your chance to create a little bit of autobiographical folklore of your own. So the animal I'm going to talk about in this video is the fox, a real divider of opinion, sometimes the hunter and sometimes the hunted. He's a very popular figure in many folk tales across Europe, stretching all the way back to Aesop's fables in ancient Greece, and then leading up to the medieval period where he was celebrated in anthropomorphic tales of Reynard the fox, in which he is a real anti-hero, a wily, cunning character finding ways to trick and often eat his fellow animals by dressing up in disguise, pretending to be a monk, and finding his way into the abbey poultry yard. He was a very popular character, stretching all the way up to the 19th century. In Shropshire, it's noted in Georgina Jackson's Shropshire Word Book that Reynard is almost invariably spoken of by the rustic folk as the fox, just as people generally say the butcher or the tax collector, and so forth. They thus make a kind of personage of him. Perhaps it is because Shropshire is so thoroughly a fox-hunting county that Reynard is honoured with this distinguishing adjective as a mark of respect. But not all of Shropshire's folk saw fox hunting as a good thing. Mary Webb, one of its most famous authors, writing in the early 20th century, saw fox hunting as an attack on nature. In one of her best-known novels, Gone to Earth, the main character, Hazel Woodus, has a pet vixen, Foxy, who is more than a pet. She is more an extension of Hazel's soul. At the start of the novel, Hazel fears that Foxy is in danger from the death pack. She goes on to describe this as phantom hounds of a bad squire who scoured the country on dark and stormy nights. Harm was for the house past which it streamed, death for those that heard it give tongue. Hounds symbolized everything she hated, everything that was not young, wild, and happy. She identified herself with Foxy, and so with all things hunted, snared, and destroyed. As the plot develops in Gone to Earth, we see that Hazel's belief in the death pack has a real impact on her fate and that of her pet fox. But it's also really intriguing that the death pack is a variant of the wild hunt legend that is such a common motif across Western folklore. In Shropshire, wild Adric, the Saxon, who fought against the Normans, was said to be one of the leaders of the wild hunt, along with his wife Godda. And in the book, Shropshire Folklore by Charlotte Byrne and Georgina Jackson, There is a report from an eyewitness who saw the wild hunt appear just before the Crimean War, who also said that her father had seen it just before the Napoleonic Wars. There's probably an animal that you identify with more than others, like Hazel did with her pet fox. I've got my mammoth here. We don't talk about the fact that he's extinct. But I do share some characteristics with him. I'm very interested in the past. So what characteristics do you share with the animal that you identify with? Are you magical, like a cat? Cunning, like a fox? Strong, like a bear? What would it be like if you woke up transformed into that animal? Would your friends and family be kind to you, or would they run away or even try to kill you? I'd like you to try to write a folk tale of your adventures as that animal. Use your imagination to make it really exciting. It doesn't have to be long, it can be quite short. I'd love to see what you come up with. Do post as much as you'd like to on the comments in our Facebook page. Many thanks to all the players of the National Lottery who've made this possible through National Lottery community funding, and please do look out for the next video in this series.